This man recovering from gunshot wounds tonight, demanding justice, but fears the Detroit Police Department is standing squarely in his way. Good evening, I'm Stephen Clark.
And I'm Diana Lewis. The brother of a high-ranking Detroit police officer opened fire on the man, shooting him in the back several times.
The police department says the shooter acted in self-defense, but that's not what the story the victim's telling.
Alden Vasser is still recovering from the day he was shot.
In the hospital for a good month and a half, 2 months.
Medical records show he was shot at least 6 times, 3 times in his back.
I don't know why I'm laying in the street bleeding like this. For selling the car.
Vasser says he was just trying to sell his Chevy Impala to a friend of a friend.
I was selling my car for $5,000.
But when the buyer didn't have the full amount, Vasser says he left and headed for his car. That's when the buyer grabbed the title out of his hand.
He snatched the title from me.
Vasser says he ran after him, but the man's uncle opened fire. Vasser, who has a permit to carry a concealed weapon, says he tried to shoot back but was shot in the hand.
I fell in the street.
Devastated. I was just like in shock. It was, I was just praying.
Vasser's mother, Monique, got the call her son was shot. At the hospital, she says police told her son was under arrest.
They just told me that he was the aggressor.
But the police never requested a warrant for Vasser's arrest or for the man who shot him, though the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office says that is standard procedure in a shooting. The shooter, Aaron Jones, is the brother of Eric Jones, who heads the police department's mobile strike force. Aaron declined to talk to Action News, but he did tell our reporting partners at the Detroit News that he shot in self-defense. The Detroit Police Department initially told the Detroit News the same.
It's just crazy.
Dan Romano is an attorney who represents Vasser. He says there is no way it was self-defense, considering how many times Vasser was shot in the back.
If this were anybody else but a police officer's brother, he would have been arrested at the scene.
Vasser says he just wants the man who shot him arrested.
Just take the person down that did this to me.
The police department would not talk to Action News on camera, but in a written statement, they say they turned the case over to the Michigan State Police, quote, to address any concerns about the integrity of the investigation. Now, just this week, state police turned over their findings to the Wayne County prosecutor, who will decide if anyone will be charged.